Hey guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome to my channel. This is video part 2 of my homeschool check-in, and I want to share with you guys our curriculum and what we like about it, how we're using it, how the year's going, and all that, like mid-year review. If you guys have not seen part one, I am sharing all about our family group subjects, so you can hear about what we are doing for that in that video. I'll link it down below. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. I would love for you guys to join my channel here on Momma Schmooze Homeschool Reviews. It's free. Give me a thumbs up so I know that these type of videos you guys like. And excuse the noise and the beeping. It's construction going on behind my house right now, and this is the only time I can film. So I know it's kind of annoying, but I hope you guys don't mind it. So I'm gonna get right into our second part of our homeschool check-in and let you guys know what's going on with my daughter's language and math and my son's language and math. So for my daughter's math, she is doing Math 4 for BJU. This is like the newest edition. It is the 4th edition, so this is the newest one, and it's a workbook. It's a spiral approach. We love it. We've been using this since they've been in kindergarten, and we love it. She is reviewing things from last year and learning just harder things, more advanced math from 3rd grade. So they're doing like division, multiplication. Some of it is longer division, longer multiplication, and she's learning lots of stuff. Geometry on here, data, angles, line segments, everything. So lots of word problems as well. They do have like STEM projects at the beginning of the chapter, but we have been loving this. And so we also pair this with teaching textbooks. And we do teaching textbooks on the days where we just need to get things done. And I love that we have this worksheet available for us to do, this curriculum or teaching textbooks. I like the flexibility of it. It doesn't bother me if we might not finish every single chapter of this for the end of the year. I'm at that point where we've been 6 years into homeschooling, and I want to make sure that we go through all of the concepts. And then at the end of the year, if I see that there's stuff missing, I would like for her to review it. Probably in the summertime, and then I don't stress myself out finishing page to page. Every year previously, though, we have pretty much gone through most of the chapters for BJU. If we do miss a couple chapters, like I said, I will try to review it with them in the summertime. Some of the chapters I skip because maybe they already know it and it's easy for them, and we homeschool and we can do that. But I love BJU. I've been sticking with it forever. Teaching textbooks I really enjoy as well. Teaching textbooks they might do like once or twice a week. Sometimes they don't do any of it. It just depends on our week and how hectic it's going. So sometimes she likes to do it on Thursdays, or sometimes she'll do it on Mondays when we're really busy, and maybe that's what we focus on for the day is just math and language, and we're done, and we don't do any other group subjects for the days that we're so busy with classes and co-ops. Teaching textbooks I'll do a little review on as well. We've been using it and we still love it a lot. I like that the lectures are really short and simple, and that the kids can do it on their own independently. And it's great because I see all of the results. After they're done with it, I can check on their work and see what's gone wrong and what they didn't understand. And I like to go over that with them the same day so that it's fresh in their mind. And I'm like, why did you get it wrong? And then we'll go over it and then we'll fix it to make sure that they understand that concept. So that's what we do with teaching textbooks. But other than that, it's very independent, and I love it for my 4th grader. Now, as far as her language arts goes, we use The Good and the Beautiful Level 4, and this is her literature course book. This is where she learns her literature, her grammar and usage, punctuation, art, geography, spelling, vocabulary, and writing. Then she has this other book. So for 4th grade, it's a little different than like when she was doing it in 2nd and 3rd. This one's the spelling and writing workshop book, where she does a lot of her spelling and writing. So every other day there is, like, one day there's spelling, one day there's writing, one day there's spelling, one day there's writing. So it is really nice. We do The Good and the Beautiful language arts we do it like 4 times out of the week. Sometimes we do creative writing, so we might just do 3 days of The Good and the Beautiful, and then the 4th day they do their own creative writing. That is what we were doing a lot of last year from like August to November. Now this new homeschool year in January and February, I think she's been more focused on doing the Good and the Beautiful for the 4 days, but we are getting back into the creative writing aspect of it because I like doing the creative writing, like one day out of the week. And then also with the Good and the Beautiful, language arts, she is doing this level 4 reader with world biographies, which I absolutely love. My evaluator last year was suggesting to have my daughter read more different like genres of books, and biographies was one of them, and I think it's so important. We have been reading a few biographies on our own, but it's nice that the Good and the Beautiful puts them into the curriculum, because if your kids read, you know, other entertaining books and they might not have tons of biographies that they're like wanting to read it at the library, then this is really good. And then there's a personal reader that she reads along with the curriculum, so there's certain times where they might have to read this one or read this one. It's not every single week, but they put it in, well, it is every single week, but it's not like they're reading both of them at the same time. One time they might be focused on a biography, one time they might be reading a short book in here, and they have questions to answer, or they might have an art project that goes along with it. That's another thing that I really like about the Good and the Beautiful. For 4th grade level, I'm specifically talking about, they have a pastel, like step-by-step art project that they do, and usually it's just 1 day or 2 days out of the month of lessons. That typically is what she does when we're working at our language arts, because we only do it 3 to 4 times a week. So she does focus on like a pastel project. She did like a tennis ball because she is reading about the twin tennis players in the biography. She did volcano, she did a field of flowers in a specific country, and it's going along with the story that she was reading about. So I like how they incorporate it all together and they put it together, and it's so nice that, you know, art can be a part of it, and she could do it independently on her own. And she does, sorry for the construction, she does do an art like presentation class once a month. So the work that she does do in the Good and the Beautiful, she can present to all of the homeschool friends that she has online. And she has a little like introduction that she does. She has to explain the artwork, and then people ask questions and stuff like that. So it's some thing that she does with her brother as well. And I like the fact that I don't have to teach art, that the Good and the Beautiful is doing it for her, and she's enjoying it, and it's really simple, and it's nothing where she's doing it like every week. It's just like once in a while. Same with geography, how it's incorporated in the program. I like it. We do geography with Story of the World because we do lots of map work, and we just do geography in general because if we talk about specific places, we always like to look on the globe. But it's just nice to have an extra time set aside in this book to do geography once in a while. And like I said, it's not all the time, it's just once in a while when they're discussing about specific countries, about where people are coming from over in the biographies, or if there's a story where they're talking about Germany, they talk about Germany, and they have them look at the map and learn about that specific time in history and that specific land and what type of culture it is, and they get some facts about that, which has really been interesting for her. She really enjoys it. She says that the Good and the Beautiful is her favorite like subject, like language arts, and I'm like, okay, cool. I did not know that. So she really enjoys it. She leaves this to the last because it's her favorite thing to do. And so I think it's perfect as a person that did not get a teacher's degree and doesn't know how to teach language arts. I think it's awesome. It's very ready to go and easy to teach. And for 4th grade level, I would say that it's super independent. So the parents' involvement in it is really little, very minimal. And so what I do really is I just make sure she's correct, like doing her stuff correctly. I check it after she finishes her work. Sometimes they'll ask for like the teacher to read something to the kid, or usually the kid reads out loud to the teacher, and then there's like challenging sentence words in the back that she reads. And then the only other time that I do like more one-on-one stuff with her is her spelling at the beginning of the units, and I just ask her how to spell certain words. Whatever she gets wrong, she works on throughout the unit, which I love. I love that concept. It's awesome. And yeah, I would have to say as a 4th grader, my daughter, and the way that they do this curriculum, it's very independent, and there's very little to do as far as the teacher goes. And if your kid is independent, it'll work out great. If they're not, you could still do a lot of the language arts with them. It's perfectly fine to do it one-on-one with them if they need a little bit of extra help. But with what my daughter's doing, it's more independent because I'm able to focus on my second grader. So that is basically the good and the beautiful for my daughter. So with my second grade son, he is doing math as well, BJU, and this is math 2. And in here, he is learning so much stuff. He is reviewing stuff and he's learning more advanced things, just like my daughter. BJU is a very spiral approached way of teaching math. They did a lot of simpler stuff at the beginning of the year, and they're getting into like measurements and 3-digit numbers, addition, and they're starting to introduce multiplication soon. They're going to be going over money, but it's really basic introductory to multiplication and division, and learning place values and lots of different things. I love the way they teach multiplication and division here. It's really nicely done. He also does teaching textbooks. I am so sorry about that noise. He also does teaching textbooks and he likes it. Same with my daughter. They do it like once out of the week or on the days that we're really busy with lots of classes. With him doing teaching textbooks, it's a little different. He might not understand everything. So sometimes I listen on the lesson. If he has any questions, he'll ask me. But most of the time he does it on his own. And if I'm noticing he's getting a lot wrong, then I will teach him that concept, because sometimes they might not have learned it in here and they're learning something different in teaching textbooks. So that's the only thing. If you're going to do a couple math curriculums and they're doing it independently on their own, there's some stuff that I have to teach them. But he listens to the lectures and he does all of the questions. And if he gets any wrong, I go over it with him, just like my daughter. So with my son, for his language arts, he is doing level 1 language arts and literature. And this is the course book. This course book has gone through lots of editions. This is I can't figure out what edition it is, but this is the newest edition. My daughter did this a long time ago when she was in 1st grade. He's in 2nd grade. He's a young 2nd grader, and I would highly recommend to go through the placement test to see what they can do. This fit him perfectly. I really don't care what level they're at, as long as they're learning and they're moving forward. And he's definitely doing such a great job, and this fits him so perfectly. There's so many things that I like about this for him. They go over phonics and they go over reading, spelling, writing, literature, grammar, and punctuation, and they do art, study art appreciation in here. They don't do like the step-by-step art like my daughter does, and it's not independent. This is definitely something where you sit with your kids and you do it together with them. The lessons are not that long. They're very doable. They've updated it so much throughout the years. I really like how long their lessons are and the courses are. We do phonics and we read words at the beginning, and sometimes they do like the phonics ladder or phonics cards, and it's great. Then they do a simple short lesson. Sometimes they do an art study, and there's some worksheets in here as well. So there's a variety of things that they do in here. Sometimes they cut stuff out and they have like cutting activities with some of the words. And I just like the fact that they have so many different things going on here. My son actually likes the Good and the Beautiful level 1, and I was hesitant at the beginning of the year thinking like, okay, what is he gonna do? Because all he's been doing is phonics and a reading lesson book for years just to learn how to read, and now he's getting better and better, and I wanted to get him into like a language arts like curriculum. So this was really good. I was thinking about like master books, I was thinking about some other programs, but I chose to get this, and I'm glad I did. He really, really loves it, and it surprises me a lot that he does. And we get our reading done. We might not read the book, the reader from here. We did at the beginning of the year, but then we're spreading our wings and reading some books from the library. And he right now is reading Humphrey, like the book of Humphrey according to Humphrey. That's like a chapter book that are for older kids, but they have like a smaller book series, and we're reading that right now. So he's getting into his like first chapter books, but we've been reading Richard Scarry, Star Wars, like DK little readers or National Geographic readers. I'm really excited that things are working out for them as far as their math and language, because those are the two hardest subjects to figure out, especially with your kids' way of learning. It just happened to be very a coincidence, I guess, that my kids like to learn the same way. Maybe I enjoy teaching this way with these curriculums. I'm very comfortable with them, so maybe that's why I stuck to the same stuff. but I am glad it's working out. I know a lot of you guys deal with kids that learn different ways, so there's so many other curriculums out there. We have used master books. They're very good as well, and right now we're using The Good and the Beautiful. It might change, and then BJU and teaching textbooks for math. But as the kids get older, things change, the way they learn changes, the way you like to teach changes, or maybe seasons in life where you have less time to teach them, you might want to do teaching textbooks because it's more independent. So I would highly recommend BJU, highly recommend teaching textbooks, and The Good and the Beautiful for language arts. I really am very pleased with these curriculums, and I feel like they've done such a great job getting everything in and having the lessons a good amount of time, not too long. For my 4th grader for The Good and the Beautiful, her lessons are definitely longer, and the components of spelling and writing are every other day. So the writing could be a little bit more cumbersome, a little longer, but it's really, really good for her. It's really challenging. I like it. I like it a lot. Sometimes she does complain, but I know in the end, like she says, it's her favorite curriculum and her favorite subject to do. So that means that they're doing a great job. And writing is something that a 4th grader is getting to develop at that level. And I know eventually in middle school she'll be doing more of it. So it's just a really good stepping stone. I think it's perfect for her level. It's just such a blessing that they both are using the same curriculum that I'm loving too. And for right now, that is where we're at for this year and our curriculum check-in. And I wanted to give you guys an update on what we're using and if we're still using the same thing that I talked about at the beginning of the year. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I hope you guys enjoyed this and it got you some information that you needed. If you have questions, like I said, ask me. I'm sorry that I make this a 2-part video and that there's like all these noises going on outside my house. But yeah, I'm just excited for the rest of the year, and I will see you guys in my next video. Have a great day.